External factors that are out of your control influence the costs of running your organization. Monitoring external factors and forces can help you to better anticipate and know your costs, so you're not taken by surprise. Some external factors are common to all not-for-profits, while others are specific to the type of work you do. Hi, I'm Schuler and I'm a business consultant at Community Business Bureau. In this video, we take a look at your business context and how external factors, trends and forces impact on your costs. We'll take a closer look at your legal and competitive environment and how technological trends can increase or decrease your costs. Using a context map or a pestle analysis can help your organization to have a conversation on what is going on in the environment around you and what will affect your not-for-profit in the future. Let's have a look how your legal environment impacts on your organizational costs. Legal environment. Your legal environment is your legal and policy framework. As an Australian organisation, you need to comply with federal law as well as with the laws of any of the states and territories you operate in. And you are potentially subject to local regulations as well. Compliance with the law and your legal duties is in the best interest of your organisation, your staff and your customers. Your license to operate depends on your compliance. Breaches could incur penalties, impact on your reputation, and your board or senior management could be personally liable. Tax laws have a major impact on your costs. As a registered charity with the ACNC, you may get tax concessions, yet there are also land, payroll and stamp duties at state level and levies at a local level to consider. As an employer, you are subject to employment laws. You have legal obligation towards employees, volunteers and contractors. Under the Fair Work Act 2009, employees are entitled to minimum standards of employment. Employees have basic entitlements such as annual leave, maximum weekly hours and long service leave. Employees in certain industries and occupations may be bound by industrial instruments, which contain minimum entitlements under modern awards or enterprise agreements. Employment costs tend to be a major cost factor in not-for-profits. Changes to awards will have a major impact on your costs. Work health and safety legislation exists in each state and territory to protect workers and others from safety hazards in the workplace. Providing and maintaining a safe workplace incur a range of costs. There is also regular training and monitoring required. We experienced how COVID-19 impacted on the cost of keeping our workplace safe. Additional cleaning and training, separating workspaces and potentially purchasing protective equipment incurred major expenses in 2020. There are sector rules and regulations such as NDIS or aged care regulations. Their impact on your income and on your costs. Your organisation needs to demonstrate compliance and undergo regular audits at your cost. Depending the size of your organisation, you may need to employ a dedicated quality assurance manager to ensure the expectations are translated into your organisational practice. There may also be voluntary standards and schemes your organisation commits to achieve excellence and quality services. Compliance may be expected by your customers or your funders. And there are more laws that not-for-profits have to comply with, such as consumer laws, fundraising laws, environmental laws, privacy legislation, and financial reporting and audit requirements. Any compliance translates into costs. These costs include the payroll of your dedicated compliance staff, training, auditing costs, reporting costs, and systems required to uphold your accreditations and compliance. Costs also arise from changes in regulation, engaging in continuous improvement, establishing better measures and systems, and monitoring your systems. Competition. Realizing competitive forces can help you understand your profitability and your costs. Porter's 5 forces is a simple tool to analyze competitive forces. Number 1. Market rivalry and industry conditions. If more organizations compete for funding and for your customers, you have to increase your efforts to maintain your market position to deliver your impact. This can involve costs for fundraising, marketing, service design, and continuous improvement. Number 2, threat of new entrants. If new entrants provide similar services or programs, you may have to increase your marketing efforts or improve your service. Number 3, threat of substitute services. If your service or programs could be replaced by other programs, you may have to invest into your own service design and change the way you deliver your service. Number 4, the bargaining power of consumers. Your customers or beneficiaries may expect or need more than you currently provide. This will increase the cost of your operation. Number 5, the bargaining power of donors and funders. Donors, grant makers and funders are purchasing your social impact. You may have to deliver more with less, or you may have to demonstrate and measure your social impact. Understanding donor expectations, nurturing and maintaining your relationship with donors and funders requires time, effort and create costs. Technological trends. Working mostly with people, you are at risk that you ignore your technological environment. Yet, this is the fastest changing environment you operate in. New technologies can achieve more productivity, change the need of your beneficiaries, and change your operations. While increasing costs in the short term, these changes can create major cost savings in the long term. The environment in which you operate will determine your costs, and it is essential to monitor your environment to anticipate and manage your costs for delivering social impact. Our video on useful tools introduces the context map and the pestle analysis and how they can help to analyze the external environment in more detail. If you found this video informative, you may also want to watch the video on revenue risks.